Good evening, PBC family. Before I begin my devotional tonight, I want to mention an email that I sent to you today. It has a link to a returning to church check-in survey that we are using. The elders and staff, we have been working on a reopening plan, and this will provide us with some information to just help us in that process. So it only will take you about a minute or two, so if you would please fill that out. You can also get the link in the messenger, which will be sent out tomorrow, and if not, call the church and we will get you connected so that you can get that information to us. Thank you so much for your help. Well, tonight I want to talk about how over the past few weeks, since the whole pandemic and everything started, our family has started watching this show on YouTube called Some Good News. And what it is actor John Krasinski, when this pandemic hit, he just got tired of all the bad news that just dominated the headlines. And so he went on social media and he begged people to share good news and to counteract all the negative that was coming at us. And he had such an overwhelming response that he ended up starting a YouTube channel and doing this kind of morning news style show where he would go through some of the stories and things that he was hearing. And this just blew up. After the third episode, there were almost 2 million subscribers to his YouTube channel, and just lots and lots of people have been seeing this, watching this, and engaging with this. And the interesting thing about it is how quickly people and businesses and other organizations went from wanting to hear the good news to wanting to be a part of making good news. There was a couple examples of what happened during the show. There was a young girl who had just this great dream of wanting to go and see Hamilton on Broadway. This is what she wanted more than anything else. And the tickets that she had was when they closed Broadway when this pandemic hit, and she was so disappointed. And the whole cast of Hamilton came on a Zoom call with her and started performing and singing to perform for her. AT&T approached Krasinski about helping pay the phone bills for doctors and nurses who are working on the front lines for 3 months and trying to show their appreciation for them in that way. What isn't surprising about this show is that people would want to hear good news, especially during a pandemic. But what is wonderful about this is how it has helped remind us about how we can make good news even during a time like this. How significant our acts of kindness, of compassion, and doing good to others are. In the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verses 9 and 10, it says, "Let us not become weary of doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Therefore, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all people, especially to those who belong to the family of believers." It's easy for us to get overwhelmed by what's wrong in the world. It's easy for us to get discouraged by the darkness that can sometimes seem so prevalent. We can come to believe that there's nothing that we can really do, that the good things that we do, we can come to think that they just don't even make that big of a difference. But what the Apostle Paul is urging us here is to not lose hope. Don't grow weary and don't give up on doing good, of seeking to do the right thing. When we do good to others, we are making good news and we are making an impact that matters. And these acts can have such a powerful effect. The Some Good News shows, what that shows us is that when we see others doing good, it can inspire us, it can motivate us, it can move us, and it can move others to do good as well. And when we do good, that same kind of thing can happen. It can inspire someone else, it can motivate someone else, it can move someone else to do good as well. And when that happens, we never know what God will do. We never know how far God could reach. We never know what kind of impact God could work through our simple acts of kindness and compassion and good to others. Paul says also that we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. We may not think that our acts of kindness and compassion and goodness go very far, but God will work through it and he will make a difference. And his difference is an eternal difference that he makes for us. Author and educator Parker Palmer has said, "I no longer ask, what do I want to let go of and what do I want to hang on to? Instead, I ask, what do I want to give myself to?" Church, let's do what Paul urges us to do. Let's take every opportunity to do good to others. And let's especially make sure that we are doing good to those who are our brothers and sisters in the faith. But let's make sure that that isn't the end of where we're looking, that we are looking at every opportunity that God is giving to us. Let's make some good news together. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you back online this Sunday at 9 a.m. for worship.